crashed out. Just crashed out.
TVO.
Get out there.
Arkansas State Police Corporal Justin Williams was patrolling Washington Street near McDaniel Avenue in Forest City when he intercepted a high-speed pursuit already in progress. The St. Francis County Sheriff's Office had been chasing a red Dodge Ram driven by Andre Hunter, who was weaving through traffic, blowing past stop signs, and putting innocent drivers at risk. Once Trooper Williams joined the scene, he quickly took over as the primary unit.
31's primary, Washington and Bedford. Arkansas, Tom X-ray, 81 Henry. Adam Tom X-ray, 81 Henry. One occupant, black male driver. Speeds are 37. Washington Holiday.
As the road cleared, Corporal Justin Williams saw the perfect opportunity to execute a pit maneuver.
Don't rush it! Get back behind cover! Get behind cover! Get behind cover! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Crawl up here to me! Crawl up here to me! Hands up! Walk up here! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
I got the car! I got the car! Oh my God! Car's clear! Car's clear!
As officers conducted the felony takedown, Hunter casually stepped out of the wrecked truck, holding a can of Busch beer in hand, as if the wild pursuit and crash were nothing more than a minor inconvenience. Hunter was swiftly taken into custody without further incident, but he complained of shoulder pain, prompting a medical evaluation. However, his reckless actions caught up with him. He now faces multiple charges, including DWI, open container violations, reckless driving, and more.
TVO.
On March 10, 2025, a trooper was alerted about a silver Chevy Malibu speeding northbound at 105 miles per hour. The trooper activated lights and sirens and moved to intercept at the 8-mile marker. As the Malibu approached, it was seen weaving aggressively through traffic, squeezing between a FedEx truck and a pickup. The trooper tried to stop the vehicle, but it continued at speeds up to 110 miles per hour, with no signs of slowing down.
We're going into the 6, right lane, speed's 120. Stand by, let you know if they're going to stop or not. We're not slowing down, 1037. Stand by for TV off, we're trying to stop by Kelly. TVO.
Where you at?
Hey! Hands! 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 Give me your hands! Open the door!
A TVI was performed and the suspect's vehicle left the road and came to a stop in the median. The trooper conducted a felony stop and arrested the driver, Jennifer Hampton Higgins, without further incident. She claimed she was rushing to a patient after a call from work, but the trooper reminded her that nothing justifies putting lives in danger. Jennifer was taken to the hospital, medically cleared, and then booked into jail on multiple felony charges, including fleeing, reckless driving, and possession with intent to deliver controlled substances.
Ashdown's in pursuit, headed southbound on 71 about
State line.
Ogden.
Yep.
On February 1st, 2025, troopers were wrapping up a traffic stop when a pursuit call came over the radio. One trooper didn't waste a second. He jumped back into his patrol car and raced off to assist. Just a few minutes later, the trooper spotted the truck and took over as the primary unit in the pursuit, and that's when things started to heat up.
25. Finally clears like this, make it happen.
As soon as Trooper Gannon Tiller took over as the primary unit, he wasted no time closing the gap. He was right on the suspect's tail, staying tight through every turn, but the right opportunity for a pit maneuver just wasn't there. Still, Tiller wasn't in a rush. With every mile, the suspect's options were running out, and the trooper was just waiting for the perfect moment to end it.
10-9.
You got contact with him, we can let him take over the day.
I don't have contact. Hope contact him. I want to keep trying until he can take over. Too shallow. Car ahead. Cars. TBI.
Trooper Tiller finally got the opportunity he was waiting for and executed a clean pit maneuver, bringing the suspect's vehicle to a stop. But it wasn't over yet. Before the dust could settle, the suspect bailed out and took off on foot. Troopers were finally able to take Clark into custody, and the list of charges he racked up was no joke. He was charged with evading arrest or detention in a motor vehicle, evading arrest on foot, and had active holds from other agencies, including Ashdown PD for fleeing in a motor vehicle and Little River County Sheriff's Office for theft of property, valued between $5,000 and $25,000. We all know that feeling when your shift is ending and you're ready to head home, feeling a little lighter. Well, unfortunately, this wasn't the case for this trooper. Just as his shift was about to end, he spotted a speeding motorcyclist and attempted to pull him over, but the motorcyclist wasn't having it and decided to make a run for it. With no time to relax, the trooper immediately engaged in a high-speed chase instead of heading home.
Right at about 64, I would say. 64 east towards Alpha, let them know.
64. First section outlet, Alma now.
The trooper had definitely had enough of this suspect. After a long shift and an unexpected pursuit, he was just hoping the rider would come to his senses and pull over on his own.
10-1.
Well, he's got to try to fit me with his motorcycle. I don't know what he's eastbound Shibley.
Shibley Road. Came back is up on the motorcycle.
He's about 99. Bike track.
So 28, you're coming down on 71.
In a wild twist, the trooper made contact with the fleeing motorcycle, sending it up in flames. The suspect bailed out and took off on foot, but he didn't make it far. He was tracked down and arrested later that same day. But here's where it gets controversial. After the chase, the Arkansas State Police Sergeant was suspended. So, what do you think? Was the suspension fair or a step too far? On February 24, 2025, troopers were dispatched after multiple reports of a white pickup truck weaving across lanes at high speeds, already involved in several collisions. When troopers finally spotted the vehicle and activated their lights and sirens, the driver didn't slow down. He hit the gas, and just like that, the pursuit was on. With traffic growing heavier, the chase became even more intense. The suspect found his way out by recklessly driving along the shoulder, dodging vehicles left and right. Meanwhile, the trooper had to skillfully navigate through the congested lanes, doing everything possible to keep up with the fleeing truck. The suspect made a sudden turn into a residential area, weaving through the neighborhood streets in a frantic attempt to lose the trooper. But this wasn't the trooper's first chase. Instead of following directly, he took a smarter route, predicting the suspect's path and circling around to cut him off. The suspect's vehicle was finally stopped, but he wasn't ready to give up just yet. He jumped out and took off on foot, sprinting through front yards and alleyways, but his run didn't last long. Troopers were right behind him and quickly caught up, tackling him just a few blocks away. He was taken into custody without further incident, bringing this wild and reckless chase to an end.
He just crashed out. Before the stagecoach.
On March 4th, 2025, just before midnight, what started as a simple traffic stop quickly escalated. Trooper Byrd had pulled over a gray Toyota Avalon for lane violations and an improperly displayed license plate. The driver stopped briefly at a gas station. Trooper Byrd got a clear look at the suspect's face, long hair, and facial features. But the moment commands were issued, the suspect took off, turning a routine stop into a high-speed pursuit through the city.
They're wrong. 1037. East on Colonel Glenn. Speeds are 70. No traffic right now. Notify LRPD, please. He just crashed out. Before the stagecoach. Black male, red pants, white shirt. He's running into the woods.
The suspect jumped out and took off on foot. The trooper followed in his patrol car through a nearby parking lot, but the suspect darted back across Colonel Glenn and disappeared into a wooded area. Outnumbered and with limited visibility, the trooper held back and waited for backup. A perimeter was quickly set and both K-9 and drone units were deployed. Despite multiple ground searches and aerial sweeps, the suspect managed to slip away. Inside the abandoned vehicle, troopers found a jar of THC wax and a phone belonging to the driver. Though he got away, troopers positively identified the suspect through facial recognition and registration records. Warrants are now being pursued for felony fleeing, possession of a controlled substance, reckless driving, and more.
He's about to wreck out. Turn off there.
On January 2nd, 2025, Corporal Ben Ibarra was patrolling Interstate 640. He noticed a vehicle speeding up and slowing down, then accelerating to 91 miles per hour before taking the Fair Park exit. The license plate cover was so dark he couldn't tell if it had a plate. When he activated his lights, the driver turned north on Fair Park and took off.
Thanks. 720 driver, you about text now.
Just past Zoo. Speed up about 100 now. Past the cedar.
He is. I'm having issues. He gets back.
Turning south on Woodrow. Back towards 630.
The suspect continued fleeing through city streets, reaching speeds of over 100 miles per hour, while heading eastbound on Markham. As the pursuit reached the area of Woodrow, Maryland, and 12th Street, the situation became even more dangerous.
Turning on 11th. Westbound.
Turning on 11 west.
South on Booker Pass for 12.
South on Booker.
Turning on west on 13th.
West on 13th.
Going west on 8th.
West on 8th. South on Malvern.
East on Maryland.
East on
We're just doing circles in this Maryland area, north on Valmer. He's about to wreck out.
Head out there.
He just went through a fence, now he's going through a yard.
After circling around the area, the suspect finally came to a stop by crashing through a fence. He then jumped out of the vehicle and fled on foot.
East on 10th.
East on 10th.
Got one on foot. Got one running the opposite direction on foot.
Troopers gave chase but quickly lost sight of the driver. But LRPD launched a drone and spotted the suspect hiding between two fences. He had taken off most of his clothes and still had the keys to the stolen car on him. Even though he claimed he wasn't the driver, the evidence said otherwise. Eventually, he gave up and told officers to take him to jail. He was charged with multiple offenses, including fleeing, theft by receiving, DWI, and reckless driving.